Fred, tell me what happened last time.
Well, we began with, time stopping as each family member met Ishkari. She went over to make her demands, uncaring of wants or desires other than what she wished to see happen. She stopped with Emilio first, letting him know that, well, your purpose here is not yet done, that you will not essentially be helping them make this a device or what have you. That essentially that Emilio's purpose right now is to be the voice of disagreement, no matter what happens. Whether they listen to him or not is another thing, but that purpose he must continue, or presumably there will be consequences possibly. But Emilio seems to understand what she was saying, and that there might be many more things to be done with the Reyes family here, and that they cannot just easily walk away from this. And of course, Ramiro will also be facing the consequences of the choices she made as well. And that is that, essentially. Emilio heard and understood, as eventually as well. Oriana and Ramiro also got their visit from Ishkari, who made it known the desires that she wished for. Oriana, the work cannot be done, essentially, that she must continue what she has been doing here, and she cannot leave, or essentially. And of course, Ramiro will have to die as many times as it takes until she essentially atones for the lives that were lost because of her decisions. And she seems to nod, grimacing, but understanding that this is what has to happen, essentially. As Jaskari took her leave. Ramiro stayed back by Oriana went to go, I guess, give the news that they won't planning to leave at all. Stopping by with Emilio, who mentions at the time has been frozen outside, of course, Alaric, who is dealing with the aftershocks of what he saw. A bit of discussion back and forth and what was going on as Emilio nodded and went back, we were waiting until time moved on, and best not for him to reappear in the room after leaving so publicly. Eventually it did. Emilio stepped back inside as Alaric sprang into action, upset and very angry, wishing to know where Ramiro was at, of course being made very much aware that he plans to end her life. Emilio only asked that his sister's suffering was not something that was prolonged. As Alaric went over to speak with Ramiro, killed her immediately, essentially, as she was her eyes open and things would go dark over and over again until Alaric, as she done, she explained she is the one who did something. When Ramiro asked about her atonement, something with her abilities or what have you, and now it seems that she cannot die. Alaric was, of course, upset now, knowing that this is something that he will have to probably deal with for a long time if she's still living as long as she seems to be. What's going to be happening, basically, as he stormed off to go back into where Emilio and the others were at, as he demanded to know who the hell was Iskari, as Emilio had to explain this Time Lord who appeared out of nowhere and what she had demanded on, things like that. And the family were listening in the background as well, a bit tense and shocked, and of course Alaric's frustrations. I think with Emilio mentioning about, of course, being here the voice of disagreement, Alaric asked him what the hell does that mean, and Emilio said give it a shot, as they discussed and talked and debated, especially since Alaric's trauma has made it so he feels that the only other option is to be going to the other extreme. A bit of back and forth that seems to mostly leading to more upset for Alaric before eventually one of the family members stepped in to, point out to Emilio that maybe listening to everything this Time Lord is saying is not the best thing. It's kind of what got us here in the first place, wasn't it? Emilio seeming to understand yes, that is exactly what was happening. It's best not to go down that path. And while he turned to Alaric and mentioned that he doesn't necessarily agree with going to the extreme as he did, he understands what Alaric is trying to say. And Alaric also apologized a bit, turning to the family and saying that he can't stay here any longer. He has to go down to Earth to hopefully help as much as he can. Even with the sisters, two of the sisters offering to give him a bit of understanding about war domination and such, as it seems a newer plan was forming a bit here. And Alaric took his leave, presumably to go back to Earth and hopefully deal with the fallout of everything that's transpired. While that's going on, Oriana eventually took time to speak with Dracula. Wanted to see what was going on, as well as being, well, confess her feelings or try to get her a read about his feelings about the whole thing. Ended with Dracula saying, "Not now," essentially, bumming her out a bit as she went to go speak with Catalina, who called her an idiot and told her to calm down. And well, it seems that he was willing to wants to have a relationship with you, but just like I said, not now. Right now, you also have to maybe have to deal with his large, distinctive family and children, though, as well. A bit of teasing and back and forth between the two friends, as Oriana was cheered up a bit there from her. And I think as well, Emilio going to his sister to, well, make sure she isn't just running away, that if she wishes to atone for what she's done, that she has to make the first steps. And one of them is learning exactly what was done for her, with her and what abilities she has or what have you, as they went off to train. And became obvious that something was going on with Ramira. It was painful, and it seems that every injury or bodily injury she had was cracking or making renewed healing. So that seemed to be going through a painful thing, as something was underneath her skin, some type of red glow and such that would bring her right back to, well, back to where she was. And after talking to Dracula, he revealed, well, he may have an idea. The ability to live forever was very few, or at least a true way, being a Time Lord, vampirism. But there's a way that he kind of got close with the way he made Darkchild and Starlight, who are technically immortal by essentially using a piece of infinite existence, a piece of eternity. And these pieces are often made into 6 shards, as long as there's been like a time stream and all that, a timeline. They exist, they're very powerful, and it seems that she may have gotten one of them, the one that's colored in red as well. And that she's more likely a vessel, tied to a vessel. Very dangerous and such, but regenerative capabilities at the very least. Best not to let anyone know about this one. And best not make sure no one can take advantage of that as well. So right now we will have to see what exactly this fully means for Ramira, as people are continuing on with the plans of figuring out a way to deal with the Time Lord and such, and how to ensure that we can finally take care of one for good. At least that was the plan. Before Oriana got another visit from Ishkari. She was spending time and going about her business. Ishkari, maybe being a bit more kinder, give her saying that, well, apparently that there will be a girl in her life, and what her name would be, and that she could see it, with her abilities and such, see what this new child would be like. As Oriana took the bait, and of course, seeing through the timeline this young child that her voice called out to, and meeting Markarian, or the representation of Markarian through her vision, who seemed very annoyed, remembering this last time, and of course threatened to kill her as he did before. And a bit of back and forth between that before Ishkari popped in and essentially killed him then and there. A bit of uttered surprise from Markarian before he dissolved into nothing, and Oriana looking wide-eyed as Ishkari's smile turned into quite a terrifying one. Of absolute joy, I believe. And I think that's where it ended last time.
Yes. We'll cut right back in as she is staring at you. Not sure if there's any reactions from you.
I think, like I said, she's definitely wide-eyed. As she, I didn't think you could do that while you're in here.
Her face sort of like mellows out as it returns to a very neutral stance. Merely saw the future, did you not?
Yeah, yes. May I ask why?
Why not?
Yeah, I guess, yeah, I guess that's good enough of a reason. I didn't know you could kill a Time Lord, but a Time Lord killing another, I guess that makes sense too.
You not want this future?
I think so. I'm not too sure how we. Well, I'm not sure how we get there, but yes, here now, yeah.
You stay the course.
Very well. I. Uh, I don't think you'll explain your reasonings, but okay.
As you are suddenly kind of pulled back to your present situation as she's gone and everything around you looks normal.
Yeah, she just shivers a bit. I think she's gonna go back somewhere. I don't know where people are at for a little bit because she's a little bit was not prepared for that.
Yeah, if you want to conceal this, you can give me a cool roll.
Yeah, she doesn't really know how to react to this one. Give me 1 second. Jesus. Try again.
Yeah, you're able
Okay.
to maintain a straight face. You'll kind of sit in the room with other people. Not sure if there's anything else you would like to do.
No, I think she'll talk to her siblings about this at the very least when they're not too busy. But yeah, she at least Amelia at the very least about what she saw.
Yeah, listen, you can wait for a bit and day or so. Zemilio will be busy helping his other sister learn more about herself. We'll be able to catch him on the hallways and have a private conversation with him.
Emilio, can I talk to you?
Of course. What is it?
Um, I I use my powers, my foresight to see into the future or possible futures. Ishikari, I mean, uh, she said something that made me want to go look. And when I did, I met Rykarian again, or that vision of him, or whatever you want to call it. And she killed him.
All right.
It wasn't necessarily the killing that shocked me a little bit, but it was this look of pure joy, and she was smiling at us, but it wasn't definitely wasn't human, and I was just a little shocked as all.
Samira will just say, it seems that most of these Time Lords are most of them are alien in their minds and psychopathic in their actions. I suppose it's not. What did she say that prompted you to look into the future?
She mentioned a name. I guess a daughter I was gonna have. That it was gonna be. Oh, I wanted to see. I wanted to see her.
Daughter you're going to have.
Yeah. And I did see her, Zaleska. That was her name. I was too tempted. But yeah.
I don't think that these. I think trying to protect ones, especially with older ones, seek to do or gain is a fool's errand, and she's already aware of the project. Others are aware that she's aware.
Yeah.
Just careful next time she tries to goad you into an action.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. How is Ramira?
Well enough to start training, well enough to start working soon.
How is she? Oh, I'll probably talk to her myself then. Thanks. Thanks for talking with me.
Anytime, Oriana?
She gives a attentive smile as she will scurry off.
As Mac as BRB, is there anything you want to do?
I think, honestly, no. Like, I don't see much reason to inform Dracula that, the Time Lord who already has interfered with this is gonna keep interfering. He already knows that. So I don't think there's anything with Amelia right now.
Well, Oriana, you would like to talk with your sister, but that
Yeah.
can't be found. MIA.
She's pretty
Listen,
busy.
Amelia's gonna go train because he's getting ready to go back down to Earth as well.
Yeah, you get the feeling that that time is shortly approaching.
Hanging out with the daughters possibly as well. They're cool, unless they're busy. They're probably
No,
doing some busy stuff too.
no, I mean, they'll still have like breaks. You can talk with them.
Yeah, I think she will at the very least. Catalina brought up a good point. So
Are you gonna try to slot in?
yeah, I don't like I said. She doesn't want to force her way in because that's the worst way to build a relationship at the very least. But she's gonna try to see if she can even begin building a relationship here that will be
Mac has returned. You
fruitful.
can go talk to Ramira if you want.
Yeah. Your sister's coming to talk to you,
You can
Ramiro.
still give me a. You can still give me a roll.
Oh yeah.
Those What's this?
Yeah, I'll use one of my adrenalines for this one.
Holy shit! Though. Move along. Go talk to Ramira while I internalize that roll.
Gotcha.
Philosophize.
Ramira, hi.
Hi. What's up?
Emilio's been telling me you've been training with him, or training at the very least.
Yeah, trying to understand my new condition.
What? Well, at the very least, I want to know, maybe a stupid question, but how are you?
Probably a bit better by now, I think.
Yeah. I have at least. I'm glad to see you moving about and everything.
As Emilio said, as pointed out, sitting on my ass will not do anyone any good.
He's always good at getting us to move around instead of moping, right? um. Well, I just wanted.
No,
Ramiro,
Oh.
Oh, go ahead.
listen, thank you for checking in. It's appreciated it.
Listen, I don't know what the future's going to look like. Funny enough, it changes a lot, but at the very least, you're still my sister.
You know, just
So,
give a smile and just say, thank you. I'll keep that in mind.
But yeah. So we'll chat again, right?
Always here.
She smiles and she will go to hug Ramiro for a second there. Before taking her leave.
we were surprised. We were surprised, but yeah, she will accept the hug and like.
Is there anything else you'd like to do? It's more or less a month. Something else will happen. Any conversation.
Not that I can think of for Anna. She's going to do the same thing she's doing with more context is all, but not really, at least for her.
I think for you, integrating with the rest of the family is going superb. Is have taken quite a liking to you. Well, listen. I suppose you do realize that yes, all of these women, I suppose, well, you're not really surprised by how they behave, and you get the feeling that while maybe their goal is not a good one, they are united in this, and it is a very strange thing. See so many powerful individuals full on cooperate with one another.
Oh, a happy family working together. How beautiful.
They are. As well, after a month, progress alongside Keith and the other people working on the Time Fortress is moving along quite well. Lark will return and we'll all be called in for a meeting. It's it's you three, him, and Dracula in the room. He'll simply say, situation on Earth is much worse than I imagined. Luckily, there are a lot of people doing damage control. Julia Khan came after a rather brutal announcement that they had to deal with vampiric incursions. So everything is completely a shit show. Some countries have agreed to work together, others less so. It's, well, chaotic is an understatement. I'm gonna ask all three of you right now, what the fuck do you want to do going forward?
As Emilio's just going, Emilio will just say, help where I can, stabilize the situation.
There is an organization called Storm that has been officialized. That will be handling such disasters in the future. Whatever machine they build, it's gonna be done. I will have to stay within it, which means Earth will have to deal with these problems on its own. That means Storm has to deal with these problems on its own. It looks at you, Emilio, and says, "Are you ready to kill people?"
As Amelia will say. I feel like I have blood on my hands already. Willing to kill if it's what has to be done.
Gonna say something, Oriana?
Yeah, she was stopped for a second, but she's like, "What do you mean you have to stay within it?" She looks confused as he mentioned that.
Can't leave. It's a mechanism that if anyone tries to reach it, it will sort of trap them, redirect them. And I will have to fight them until they get bored and leave.
She looks a little shocked as she glances out, and I assume Dracula and Amelia are everything else are aware of everything. I assume.
Yeah, Dracula will nod and he'll say, "There is no other way. No one else who can withstand the power of another Time Lord."
Yeah, briefly flash back that one, but she nods reluctantly. At the very least, are you allowed? No one else is allowed to check in on you at all?
Dracula will say, "Unfortunately, that is a more difficult question to answer. In theory, yes, but in practice, time somebody does that, they expose a weakness in the system. A weakness someone who knows about it could exploit and slip through."
I see.
Marek will shake his head
Okay.
and will say, "I'll be fine. At least until things get cleared up. Not the first time I've had to go at things alone."
Yeah, she again nods, not really happy about it, understanding that this isn't an easy solution here.
So then, where do we get started?
I only heard one answer. Why are you speaking in plural?
Samira said I can't atone by sitting here on the castle.
What the fuck are you gonna do?
Well, seemingly I cannot die. So
Is that supposed to make me feel better?
no.
Sure, you can't die, so that means you can fuck up infinite amount of times. Thank you for reminding me.
What was the point of calling her here if you won't let her go?
There's no point. I wanted to hear her thoughts, and All I'm hearing is somebody else's fucking thoughts. No arguments, nothing. She looks at you and says, I'm done working with people who lack the conviction. Storm will need people who are dedicated, people who believe, not fucking self-pity, people who wallow in this fuck whatever you are, Ramira. Fucking walking corpse. We will turn to you, Oriana, and say, what do you want to do?
I don't. My conversation from the first time we talked about this hasn't really changed. I want to. I want to help people as best as I can. I'm not a fighter, but whatever I can do, I'll try.
Telepaths are powerful. Question is, are you willing to get your hands dirty? I'm not talking about fighting. I'm talking about looking someone straight in the eye and searching through their minds for any sign of problems, weaknesses. There might be plenty of other future threats. Somebody is deemed a future threat. People like you will be called.
There's a moment where she thinks about it. She actually really thinking about it. Because I have a daughter. I want to make a world where she could be safe. I can't do that by just letting other people make those decisions, those hard choices, while I just coast off them.
Suppose the both of you. It's not gonna be an. That's not gonna be an easy road. For you, not for anyone, really. Somebody needs to be able to walk it, so that other people will be able to run. Threats are only starting. Beyond problems you already know, rift activity has increased even more. God knows what the future holds. So, turn to Dracula, kind of give him a nod, and he'll blink out of existence. You know.
So, I presume we just wait a bit then?
Dracula will say, well, teleporter is awaiting both of you.
Let's go. Oh, do we know where the body double, where the doubles were, the placements were last?
I'll be honest, I think the ruse is up. Anyone has had time to even care about those. But I will be sending you to New York, where you will be talking to the current, not sure what to call him, but he seems to have taken charge and, well, from what Keith has told me, he is a talented young wizard. He will be onboarding you, whatever future roles you may have. As he will kind of like approach you, Oriana,
Mm.
and he will kind of pull out a very like small box and like hands it to you.
What's this? A goodbye gift?
Let's call it a. I would urge you leave young Amalia here. Safety.
I think we're on the same page on that one. Be sure to make sure she doesn't walk all over you, okay?
He'll nod. You put it on. Be able to easily access the tower.
She takes a look at what it is.
It's a silver ring with like kind of like a ruby encrusted in it.
She's a bit speechless as a bit as she looks up at Dracula before looking away a second and putting the ring on.
You see it like kind of glow for a second before it returns back to a normal state.
Thank you. I'll be sure to visit soon once things are a little bit more settled.
You're always welcome. And thank you for everything you've done for them.
She just gives a bit of a shy smile at that.
As he'll turn around and return back to his workstation.
Yeah. So as Emilio look to Ramiro and he'll say, hope to see you down there eventually, but all log's right. Come down when you're ready. Come down when you're actually ready to get to work.
I sure it's not. Alright then, I hope to see you down there. Good luck to both of you.
Oriana squeezes Ramire's shoulders. Just let Catalina know that we're trying to get in too much trouble without her. Kind of smiles a bit.
I'll try to relay the message.
She nods and follows Emilio out.
Two of you walk down the hall. Is there any last conversation you have around with each other?
Yes, Emilio will just say, I suppose you might see her again soon enough. You can come back here anytime. Not sure when I'll see her again.
It's probably obvious I'm a bit worried about her, but you're right, she has to be ready whenever she has to do it when she's ready.
If she goes down now, she'll get people killed. She wants to die, she'll be too reckless.
Yeah, she looks sad as she nods at Emilio's words. I guess we have to be patient and give it time.
Mila will just say, well, have work work to busy ourselves with. Keep our minds off of it.
That's true. A vampire incursion, apparently, and all the water disasters going on. That has to be doubly not good at all.
Yes, I wonder who's I wonder if the people who well, I will be looking for the people responsible for that.
Two of you are walking down the hallway. You suddenly feel that like weirdness in the air as she appears out of nowhere as Shkara is standing sort of in front of you. Do you mean what you said?
Mean what?
Both truly ready to do what needs to be done. Save lives.
Yes.
I'd like to think so, but nobody can truly know till they're in the moment.
I tell you this. You must kill your sister.
I was told that once before.
Her continued
Why?
insistence will cause the death of 10 million people.
Did you not foresee this when you enhanced her?
The future is fluid. Changes happen. Decisions alter paths. This is not a certainty. How much are you willing to risk on a coin flip that will happen every few years or so?
I'm not willing to risk a lot anymore. But how is she going to lead to those deaths?
One future, she engages a powerful foe. City gets wiped off as a collateral. Another one, she attempts to lead a group of people. Panics, killing them in the process. Another one, her emotions get the better of her. The power within her detonates everyone around her. Her erratic choices and unstable nature make these things a solid possibility, even if they're not a certainty.
What? Can I use my foresight in this moment to try to see like these possibilities to see?
I mean, the problem is foresight allow you to like. Problem is you
Mm,
don't know exactly. Like you can
yeah,
use foresight to see what would happen if you kill her, and then sort of see what happens if you don't kill her. But not the exact same things she has seen, right? So
yeah,
you can
yeah,
technically verify this on your own if you want.
yeah. I think I'm willing to take that chance at the very least.
Yeah, listen, you look into potential futures, one with her, one without her, and well, she is right. It is a coin flip. But in the dark scenario, you will see a city. Well, you will recognize the city as New York. That will be leveled completely. Ruins and smoke and people, corpses everywhere. Yet in another future, it's sunny, peaceful. Nothing has happened. Both equal. A literal coin flip.
Yeah, this probably when she gets back into herself, essentially, like a tear or so coming out her eyes as she looks at her brother and she nods. She's, I saw it. She's telling the truth, at least about the whole. She doesn't even have the words to really finish it.
You should just see Amelia was just going to say, I could have said something and stopped her before she left with Markarian, and I didn't. I had faith. I trusted. I'm not trusting again. As he does just turn around to start walking towards Ramira.
As you walk by, it stopped, so everything is frozen. I'm not sure, Rihanna, if you're just gonna sit there and watch her.
No, she's just gonna ask one thing at the very least before she goes to follow her brother. Can she even die?
I've removed stone.
She
She's
won't
mortal
feel
for
any-
this brief period of time.
She won't. It will be painless.
If you do it properly, yes.
What does properly mean? Just easy peasy, right?
Remove her head from.
She just closes her eyes briefly for a second before nodding and going to try to catch up with her brother, essentially.
Yeah. You both enter the room as she is there with Dracula's again frozen in time as well.
She said remove her head from her body and it's be done properly.
There is no sharp instrument there.
I know, but I do have a mighty weapon.
Yes, you do.
As Amelia will take out the flaming sword.
Yeah. Just take one solid swing
Yep.
as cleave her head off the body as the moment you do that, you just see her disappear as the Shkara is back in the room. Good. You have passed test of resolve already.
So Amelia will just say, as he's looking down at where the body dissolved, he'll just say, oh, at the end of the road, I don't know what comes after death, but I'll face the consequences there, whatever they are.
She looks at you dead in the eye and says, I can tell you that what comes after death The exact same feeling you had before you were born. That is comforting.
Amelia will actually nod. And suppose there is, suppose it actually is comforting. At the end, when you close your eyes the final time, it is all over.
As there's a creeping smile that appears on her face as she says, "One merely must be lucky enough to die." As she disappears and time resumes. As Dracula just immediately like snaps his head in your direction.
As Amelia will tell Dracula, we were given a warning, and Oriana confirmed it with her foresight. Ramiro is going to do it again. Coin flip.
He'll like, as he like was visibly alarmed, calms down slowly. You two all right? As all right as anyone can be in this situation.
Yeah.
Amelia,
Yeah.
Amelia will say, "My sister's suffering is at an end. She has a peace she might not have deserved, but she has it.
He'll nod. As say, I fear that this choice may be forced upon us in the future as well. But time is, I suppose, future is fluid. Keep this between ourselves. I don't want the more radical elements to understand that this is a valid approach. There are people out there much more paranoid than us.
Amelia will nod. Secret doesn't leave this room.
Your sacrifices won't be known, but be appreciated by all those who will be alive.
If it all goes well, if we do our jobs right and it all goes well, we won't end up in history books. We'll die and people won't know we existed.
He'll nod. Those who matter to you. Both of you. And future generations will carry you in their hearts.
Thank you, Dracula.
Thank you.